Praise the Lord. Welcome to AIM. Guys, we are back. They are actually marking out the footings for the, I call it footings. I don't know what the technical name is of it, guys. But you know when we showed you before how they do the foundation, right? So they don't just like do it anyhow. They know exactly how it needs to be, like where the little walls need to be, and then they will fill it. So Peter is here as well, helping. And then we also have the man who is coming to see where the water is for the borehole. So that is another very important step. We are marking this out. This is where the plan is to put the house, right? But we are also making sure where they can get water on the land. Because if, this was the proposed place in the drawing. But if you find that the water supply isn't good on the rest of the land that you have, before you start digging and putting stuff in, you can know. And if you had to, maybe you had to scoot your house over or something. If you had to do that, you could do that. This is the time to figure that out, to figure out where your borehole will go. So they have made a very wise decision in getting a borehole put in, because it's always good to have your own water supply, guys. Even if you can. Nana, can you please come away? Thank you. Because they're trying to work, okay? So it's very important, in my opinion, for you not to rely on somebody else's water, right? You can have that as a backup if you like, right? The public water. But I don't know. That's just my preference in the States as well, is to have your own water supply. So this is what you do, guys. You have a machine that comes and checks the land for you and finds out where your water supply is. You don't come with the person with the two iron rods that come together when there's water there. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. That is exactly how some people do things here. I have seen my dad do that before, many, many years ago when I was very young. He was doing it for his own personal thing, where he was looking for something. I don't know, guys. I was so young. I don't even really remember. But he was looking for water for some reason, or maybe the water line or something, and he used the two metal, and it brought it together, and he found what he was looking for. They will do that here, right? They will do that here, but that is not the type that you want to get. You don't want the two metal pieces and say this is where you put your borehole. You want to get a professionals in with the professional machinery and the reports and everything, and find your best spot to drill your borehole. Drill it once well, and you'll be fine. So you guys will follow along. This is the journey. If you guys need the services of finding where your borehole will be, you can contact my husband, and he'll get you in touch with the right person. I'm sure they travel around, but you can contact my husband, and he'll let you know the procedure for that and everything. But like I said, do not get the one who will come with two iron rods and tell you this is where your water is. Don't do that, guys. Please. We have technology nowadays, and they have it here, right? So utilize it. Definitely important. So this is how it will look. Now in your building diagrams, right? Your building plan, you will have, they will put where to put, I guess it's for load bearing or whatever, right? I don't know exactly how it works because I haven't done any type of building classes or blueprints or anything like that in this sense here. But what I do know about the blueprints is that it does tell you precisely, it's calculated precisely where you have to put everything so that the load-bearing walls will, you know, have their proper support. That is what we are doing. It's very exciting, guys. So as you're following us on the road, on the building project, I don't know, I just uploaded the road construction video, so I guess that's on my mind. But as you're following us on this journey of building here in Ghana, you will learn step by step how things are done, right? And you will learn there are different ways to do things. Are they always better? No. And depending on a particular area that you're in, right? If I wanted a house by the ocean, because there's no hurricanes or anything here, right? But my husband, who knows more about those things, said it's not really advisable because of the salt, right? So if you're right there at the ocean, salt does a number on everything. So it's more expensive to build right there at the ocean. So here we are maybe 45 minutes. Once the road is completed, maybe an hour. It depends on traffic too, as well. But from the beach, from several beaches. So we can drive to the beach, not a problem. And we have. If you guys check back on the video, we took Nana and Frida to the beach. I don't know how it's going to go when Frida comes back this time, if we'll be able to take a trip like that, because we have a lot of work going on here and we don't just leave it like that. We are here to make sure everything is done properly. Well, my husband is, and he's the driver. So, like I said, guys, there's a plot and a half over here. There's a plot and a half over that way. So if you guys are interested in this community, it's a very nice community. And outskirts of Accra, close to everything you want, but far enough out to feel like a small town, right? Community is quiet, it's very nice, very friendly. Everything you want here. Nice neighbors, like-minded people here. So, people who understand what it's like. So why not, guys? Invest. Invest in the property. Like I say in all the videos, I try to make sure I make it a point, because a lot of times people are just watching the most current videos. So I don't know if you've heard me say it before or not, but when purchasing your land, right, price is not everything. Cheap land can end up not being cheap. Once you pull your electricity and everything, you have to transport all your building materials to your site from a long way away. And cheap isn't always cheap. You might save on the front end and get yourself some land, but when it comes time to build, you might find it quite difficult. So if you can pay a bit more on the front end for land that has everything near, electricity is here, everything is here, right? Building supplies are here. You have your quality and you have your not quality. So, you know, do your due diligence. Your due diligence. So this is how it goes. They use the machine, and I put it in the mind of like a fish finder, right? You know, when you go fishing, you have those fish finders, and it finds out where the fish are. It's kind of goes at x-rays or something out there. So this is kind of like that, the machine that will find where your water source is. And they will pick, I believe they picked 3 places. That's what they did. There's the same ones that did ours. The same ones that did our borehole. And you guys see, we do not have a problem with our water now. So after we got everything situated, our water is coming fine. Yep, we have plenty of water to supply ourselves and the mini farm. So this is the way to go, guys. We've had the borehole for a while now, and haven't had any issues of it being dry or us not being able to supply water. So this is the material they use, is a plaster. It's very bright and white, and I guess it stays. If it rains, it still will stay there. They put enough there so it will stay. So this is how it is looking. This is how it's looking, guys. They have it marked out, and you guys will see they'll be digging then. The next step, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or whatever. You guys will see. As soon as they do it, guys, I'll be here. Yep. Happy to have hard workers here. And that is another thing, guys. When people are overseeing your project, you can sometimes get delayed, which is high cost and money, because if the workers are not working hard, right? If they're not working, they're being lazy, they're taking breaks every 5 minutes, they're staying on their phone, they just are tired, they can't work well, your work will not go on fast, and it will cost you money. Right? Every time, let's say somebody works half as hard as Peter, right? Peter is a very, very hard worker, and Efo is a very, very hard worker, which is important. If you don't have a good team, if you do not have a good team, what will happen is your work will go slower, and it will cost you more money. And the place you thought you could reach with the amount of money you have, it won't work. It will definitely cost you a lot more money. So it is very important as well to have a good team working for you. That is another power tip. Like I said, follow the vlogs, guys. Be ready to take notes, because you never know when I'm going to drop a tip for you guys. So when it comes to my mind, Nana has found a nice shade spot here. And Grandma's gonna come and stand in this shade spot as well. Oh, you're right, Nana. The mountain view, it's very beautiful. So we are excited now. When my daughter and I came in 2018, right? We were here for 11 days. So the first day we came, our land was just there, right? And then by the last day we came, by the last day, they had done the foundation, filled it, and they had poured the slab. So that was really exciting to see. And they had started to raise some of the blocks. No, you know what, guys? They had the foundation already. That's right. That's right. They did have the foundation dug, the blocks laid, and I think I think they had the slab poured. I was mistaken. They had the slab poured. And then by the time we left, they were raising the blocks on it. So we actually got to see the rooms, right? We actually got to see the rooms on the plan. So, yeah. So this is really exciting. And he's still working on the water. So he's entering into the computer and everything. Once he finds the spots, we will see the location. He's checking all around. So that is the first, good thing to do. You check around and see, make sure you can get water. Like, this is the ideal place to put the home. So then we check around all the other places and see where can get water. So he's checked along this line here, marked the line, and then checked along this line, and now he's checking along that line. So you'll be able to see where the best spots for the water is. They usually give you 3 choices. And like I said, guys, I was very, very impressed with this system. Very, very impressed. The same ones who came to do ours, and I was very impressed. Because the first, we did have one come who said they could find the water for us, and they came with the iron rods hitting the, walking straight with them apart, and when they turned and came together, they said that's where the water is. And actually, guys, where the machine found the water was different, way different than those iron rods. So, live and learn, right? But my husband always checks more than one. He makes sure that he's diligent with getting more than one opinion on things and then take the best decision. So, yeah. That's what they're doing. Peter is here. Peter was just, he didn't have a job today. He's been helping work here. He helps us with our animals and everything. And he didn't really have a job today. And now he's come to do this one. He's waiting for the building and the digging and everything to start, so he'll work. So having a hard worker, he has not missed not one day with us as he has been working at the house. So these are important things. We know the workers, we know where they are. You can very well have people come and start your project and then not show up again, right? Or it might be 2 or 3 weeks. They're out doing something else. You don't know where they are, right? But Peter lives right around here, and so does Ethel, and they are here with us all the time. They don't disappoint. Peter has not missed a day unless he said he was going to his hometown. He has not missed a day. Every morning, 5 a.m., he's at our gate helping us. So it's very, very important. You'll see your work going on in the beginning, and it's going on really well, and then all of a sudden they won't show up for 2 weeks, and you'll think you were getting somewhere, and then by the time they come back, it's late. Price of things has gone up and all that good stuff. So I'm trying to give you guys a bit of an insight as to what's very important. So we are waiting now. And I think I'm going to end the video here because it would take a little bit for him to come up with the report and the points, but I would definitely show you guys the points in the next video, which it won't be that far off. They're marking this out today, and then by tomorrow I believe they'll start digging it, and then I will show you guys the points that were chosen. Okay, all right, till next time, God bless you.